Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day, my last day. Thank you for joining us. Today is Wednesday, and it is June 14th, and it is also Flag Day. And we'll tell you about that in just a little bit. All right, we have a meeting today, and it's going to be at 9:30 this morning, and it is the GRF Maintenance and Construction Committee meeting. Of course, that's the Golden Rain Foundation, and you can go ahead and attend that in the boardroom. Now, on our show today, we are airing one of my favorite segments, the Equestrian Center with Laura and little Sebby. I am going to miss him. He is just darling, and if you haven't been over there to see him, take a look at this segment that's coming up, and we will definitely show him off, and you can go and visit him sometime over there at the Equestrian Center. And then I sit down with one of our new hosts, Michael Taylor, and my boss, Paul Ortiz, and we're just going to chit-chat about some of our favorite segments and some things that have been happening here for the last 5 years, especially during the pandemic when we were able to bring you all sorts of interesting programming. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we're still battling with our overcast for the morning. We did see the sun yesterday for just a little bit, somewhere in the afternoon hours. Same thing's probably going to happen today. We're going to have partly cloudy skies, 69, 60. Tomorrow, 70, 59, a little warmer, 71, 59, a little bit warmer again, 73, 60, and then 72, 59. Our sunrise this morning was at 5:40, and our sunset will be at 8:02. And because today is Flag Day, I want to just give you a little history on that. It commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States on June 14th, 1777, by resolution of the Second Continental Congress. The flag resolution passed on June 14, 1777, stating, resolved that the flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. And then also just to let you know, here around town, they do have an extended ramp closure that is very important. It's going to be the southbound I-5 off El Toro Road on-ramp during the hours of 11 p.m. Friday, June 16th through Monday, June 26th. For 5 a.m., you're going to want to find an alternate route because they do anticipate this being closed and lots of heavy traffic around the area. All right, when we come back, we will have the Equestrian Center with little Sebby, so stick around.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
As you can see, I am at the Equestrian Center, and I have Sebby here, who is our miniature horse, and he is dying for some of his little beet treats, and he has been so good. We are going to learn all about Sebby, the Equestrian Center, and also some sponsorship opportunities. I have Laura Kobaruvi is here with us, and she is the Senior Equestrian Supervisor. Come on over. How are you?
Good. Hi, Lisa. So great to see you.
Great to see you, and we've scared Sebby away for now. But, you know, just tell me a couple of things about Sebby. So tell me how old he is, what kind of horse he is.
Sure. He's an American miniature horse. We actually got him over this last season, and he is 12 years old. Mm-hmm. We found him in Buena Park. He was owned by a family there who had him for their children, but unfortunately, horses, even when they're miniature horses, require specialized care. So he was getting a little out of hand for them, and they decided to generously donate him to us.
And that's great. And he has his own stall. He's peeking back in again. He has his own stall. And I know we just had the Saddle Club on, and they're going to have him a new door. So he'll have a new fancy door.
Yes. He will. He's going to have a door that has a specialized little cutout so he can stick his head out and really enjoy seeing everything going on in the farm and never be left out.
Excellent. Now he's 12 years old, and tell me, like, I've seen other small horses, but what are their kind of like their breed?
Yeah, so the American miniature horse is both a pet breed, so not really for riding, but they also are a cart pony. So many times people who may have worked with bigger horses before and for whatever reason cannot, will take on carting with the miniature horses. You can see how tiny they are. They're not very intimidating. They're also very safe for people with mobility issues and other issues. And some people just enjoy their cuteness and like to dress them up and take them for a ride. So they can actually pull the weight of a full-grown human behind them in a cart. And that's what they specialize in.
Okay, well, that is awesome. All right, well, we are going to take Sebi for a little walk right now, and he is ready to go. So, Sebi, we're going to walk and talk. How about that? There we go. For a rescue, you guys have done such a lot of great work. So, Sebi, we're going to do some exercising now. I know you're a little shy, but we're going to see your exercising. So, Laura's going to come in, and she's going to show us all your exercises.
One of the things that Sebi does during his weeks here is learn how to be a regular horse. So one of the things he can do to exercise, since we can't ride him, is to lunge. And this is a lunge line.
Okay.
And this we attach to his halter, and he'll go around us in a circle exercising.
All right.
In all his gaits. And this lunge whip, we never actually touch the horse with this.
Okay.
We just use it to encourage them to go forward by positioning it behind them. So when we work with Sebi, we're teaching him how to be a regular horse in training. And part of what we do with all of our horses is exercise them to keep them healthy and strong and develop the right muscles, keep their cardiovascular health good. So Sebastian came to us with not very much training, and one of the things we do with him is lunging, which is having them go out on a line and exercise in all of their gaits, but without the weight of a person on them. So Sebastian walks, trots, and canters on the lunge line, and we also do little exercises with him on the ground where he learns to be touched all over, learns to pick up his feet, and do other things that he needs to do to be safe and healthy.
Now, he did a pretty good job when we were watching him,
Yeah.
although, you know, hey, he's sassy just like everybody else.
That's right.
Tell me something about him when he turned age 11.
So Sebastian was a stallion. His registered name, Ready to Rule, really describes our little guy. He's got lots of opinions and he's very sassy, but he's also very safe. So we like that about him. We like his spirit. We like to work with it to bring out the best in him. So yes, so when you see us work him, part of training horses is developing skills over time. So since Sebastian is new, he's still working on his skills and has some opinions, but that is totally okay. We're ready to work with him on all of it.
I love it. He is such a doll. He is so much fun. So is there anything else that we should know about him? Maybe his food schedule or?
Oh, so all of our horses, like Sebi, eat 3 times a day. It's really healthy for them because they're natural eating as wild horses or even domesticated horses. The best thing for their system and their gut is to eat all the time. So our horses eat 3 times a day. Some of them have slow feeders to even extend the amount of time that they're able to eat, and that actually helps build up the saliva and keep their system going and keep them healthy. So this one eats Timothy hay 3 times a day.
And also, you eat adorable little beet treats that, because you did such a good job, Sebi, we're going to go back and we're going to get you some more of those treats. Would that be all right?
And I can pick up his little foot for
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys
Show me
if
how you do the
want.
feet. Yeah.
We're working on him being touched all over. And one of the things we do so he can have his feet worked on is we ask him to pick up his little feet, and it looks very much like shaking his hands.
Aw, good,
Yes,
because we
he's
have to
getting
change
really
your
good
little
at it.
shoes.
Yes, he just had his little hooves worked on yesterday.
they
And
look pretty.
they fit right in your hand, which is
Aw,
darling. He's
job.
just really a little miracle. A full grown horse in this little package. So we're happy to have him.
Well, he's adorable. Well, let's go get one of your cute little beet treats.
Okay.
All right, and get out of this nice warm sun. You poor thing. So Sebi is used as part of a training program or a therapy program that you hope to incorporate going forward. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so when we decided to find a mini horse for our program here, my thought went back to my history in therapeutic riding. Before I came here, I was in Washington State. I was a director at a well-known therapeutic riding program. And I've seen firsthand the powerful benefits of horses and how they can have effect on people with all kinds of disabilities, mobility issues, psychological traumas. So I really wanted to find a way for the Equestrian Center to reach out and have an ambassador that could go out and do good work. And one of the things we thought about with the miniature horses is that we would be able to go out, like some other groups do, to the courtyards and visit people who might be homebound. Like they could come out to the stoops and pet and see the miniature horses. We are planning to look for a friend for him that's a trained therapy miniature horse, and we hope to be able to take them out at least once a month, so that people who can't come out to the Equestrian Center, and there's a large population here who cannot, will still get to experience the joys and benefits of having horses near them, and there's a lot of studies that have been done about the benefits and the therapeutic benefits of spending time with horses.
Now, you have an example, actually, of a lady that we do feature in an article in the Village Breeze. Tell me briefly about what happened with her.
Yes, so we had a wonderful resident, her name is Kathy, whose son came to us during the COVID closure and asked if he could bring her in. She was wheelchair bound and had had a stroke, among other health issues. She was almost nonverbal at the time. And she was a lifelong horsewoman, and he thought it might be helpful to her to be around the horses. So he brought her almost every day. And by the time she sadly passed on Easter, actually, of this year, she was able to recall the names of most of the horses on the property. She was able to speak to us in full sentences, and the benefits to her quality of life from their perspective was huge. So I'm just thankful we were able to do that and have her become part of our barn family while she was here. There's huge impacts that horses can have for people, and I would love to do some of that work here, as well as giving people the chance to learn about and experience horses.
Well, you have a lot of organizations that donate money and time. I mean, we just saw Sharon here, who does some chiropractic work on the horses. And then you mentioned some other people, which is great, and Help the Herd and the Saddle Club. So you have a lot of support, which is wonderful.
Absolutely. We're so thankful for the generosity and the talent here in the village. We've had so much support from these groups and people. We're currently, like you mentioned, now providing extra therapeutic services for the horses through donation. We might not have regular budget, but we're able to provide chiropractic and massage for the horses. We also have someone doing sound therapy. Because it's extremely important in my mind to take care of and provide a high quality of care for the horses that provide for us. So we're just so thankful. Right now we're in the process of fundraising through Village Community Fund for shade structures for the horses to make them comfortable, and also medical for the GRF horses. So I just couldn't be more grateful for the people in the village who are so grateful to have these horses here and part of our lives every day.
Well, you've done such an amazing job. They're so lucky to have you too, because it wouldn't have happened had you not been here. So congratulations on putting together some great stuff. We appreciate you spending time with us. And Sebi, you've been a good boy. Here's one more treat for you.
He's our star.
Oh, I don't want you to run away though. Come back over here. You did good. I got some quality time with you. Yes, I did. Thank you for being such a good boy. You want to say anything else? Yeah, okay, no. All right, well, that's all for us at the Equestrian Center, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back. Well, it is my last day here at Village Television, and with me I have one of our new hosts, Michael Taylor, and I have my boss, Paul Ortiz.
Yeah.
Well, hi.
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm a little worried about what they might be asking
Exactly.
or telling you.
We didn't rehearse this, did
No,
we?
not yet.
Not yet.
We're gonna
Not as far
we'll
as
get to
she
rehearsal
knows,
later.
right?
Great,
Yeah.
great. Well, before we dive into whatever it is that they're going to be doing, I don't know, tell us a little about you. You've been here.
Me? Oh, this is all about you.
I know, but I just think I want to have a little interview session just
Okay.
because.
So
It's a warm-up.
she still wants to
I'm totally
finish
turning
the
it
show
around.
the way it's supposed to go. That's funny.
Well, you've been here
Well,
forever, right?
Yeah, I've been here, let's see, I'm going on my 44th year and started at the Towers in 1980 and was fortunate enough to go through to Cal State Fullerton, alumni
go.
here.
Yeah, nice.
And get my television and film degree there. And luckily, within the community, I was able to work my way up through different departments. And,
Right. And here you
and
are.
now here I am, interviewing you, kind of, as you interview me.
I know. Well, I'm a short timer,
Yeah.
evidently, because 44 years is a long time.
It is.
But you're the new one. You're the new one on the block
I'm the
here.
new one on the block.
And obviously Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State
and
Fullerton,
then
right.
you were working at PBS for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had a little bit of a crazy career. I went to Cal State Fullerton and with broadcast journalism as my emphasis, and then, but I've also worked I actually worked for the Orange County Register for a little while, in Laguna Niguel News, and covered all the local kind of stuff like that. I worked in radio for a little bit, but my first job was out in Texas at KRBC, Abilene, Texas. And I was a producer and a weekend anchor and reporter and all that kind of stuff. And then came back out here to California for the job at PBS, which was really a great opportunity. They were going to,
yeah.
some of you folks might know that was called Real Orange back then with Ed Arnold and Ann Police. And I was the news director, producer, worked behind the scenes mostly, but every once in a while I'd be on camera, substituting when somebody was gone or somebody was sick or something like that. But I just still always had my hands in it a little bit here in Orange County. Knew all the politicians. It was a really fun show. And this is our old set right here.
right.
You guys actually purchased. I couldn't believe it when I walked in here and saw our old set.
Scored this desk. Connections, and it was a good thing. We had to go up there and haul it out of there, but it all worked out, and we finally got it in here. One thing you didn't bring today, you should have brought your Emmy.
Oh, Miami? Okay, I'll bring that on. Maybe I'll bring that tomorrow.
He's an award-winning, broadcasting production, television production person. So.
Yeah, we won a couple Emmys through the years, but the one that I have at the house, I only purchased one. You have to buy them afterwards.
You still have
But
to purchase
it was
them.
for the 10-year anniversary of the Laguna Beach fires. We did a documentary look back,
nice.
and most people here will remember those from back then. Oh my God! And it was just everywhere and crazy. So we did a real cool piece on like some of the artists that lived through that and what they created after that, and like the people how they came back and they built back, and talked to city council members about how they helped the community, and it was really kind of a great look back after 10 years. So that was really fun experience for us.
See, he's perfect.
And
He likes to talk, and he's perfect.
And he's been in our community for decades now. And same with Bobby Higgins. Bobby Higgins will be joining us as well. Bobby Higgins has a bachelor's degree in broadcasting as well with the University of Southern California. We won't hold that against her.
Oh my goodness.
She's a Trojan, but there's a few of those in the building. But she also has a lot of experience on camera. She's done a lot of sports related because her family has been well known in South Orange County to especially promote high school sports.
Right.
So we'll be seeing Bobby quite often, and then occasionally we'll have Michael and Bobby host the show, and we're going to see how the show evolves. You've done such a great job in the last 5 years, and it's amazing that it's been 5 years already. You first started, you were just kind of part-time. David DeSantis, if you're some of our viewers have been with us for many years, introduced us to you, and you took over. And I think really, when I say you took over, that was during that COVID period that you, I, and Mark were here every single day, and then they asked us to come in on Saturdays too and produce the show.
Yeah.
And that's when we really started to grow and develop this, working relationship. And you've done some wonderful pieces. What kind of fond memories will you have in the last 5 years here at Village Television?
I knew that was coming.
There's got to be a couple.
Well, I do. I mean, I'd have to say that I didn't have as much opportunity prior to COVID. I mean, I had to really get
This
Ken
guy.
to participate.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so funny. I just threw it at him, and he just couldn't say no because that's just me. I just really enjoyed teasing him a lot.
Sure.
But then, of course, COVID came, and we had to do everything ourselves.
Right.
And thank God for Zoom, because if we didn't have Zoom, I don't even know what would have happened. But
Right.
everyone relied on Zoom. But what I liked best about Zoom is I could get people that I normally couldn't get in here. So, for instance, we had the ER doctor over at Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, and he was straight from the ER room, and he had his little
Wow.
monitor, and we were doing an interview, and he was showing us the whole ER area. So, I mean, there was a lot of really cool things. And then, of course, with the residents, I really enjoyed the residents when we did, it was sort of like what's going on in the neighborhood, right?
Right.
So we would get 4 different people in the community, and we would have a little show, and we would chit chat about what it was that they were doing during
Even
COVID.
though they were in lockdown.
Exactly, because nobody was going anywhere, so we kind of figured out, well, what are we going to do? But the best interview that I had was with Joey Sims, and I tell everybody this because she's such a character. She said she put a glass of wine in every room, and then she was going bar hopping. So, I mean, it's just so cute. So
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. So, I mean, there's been a lot of really great things.
Yeah, and that's what I think has been kind of a nice surprise for you. I'm sure when you first started here, you probably figured, well, you work a couple of years, and then you build these relationships, and that's probably one of the reasons why I've been here so long. You really get to know everyone in the community, especially those that visit us here at Village Television.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, you just don't realize it, but they become your friends, and then
It's true.
you're a part of their life, and we're
Yeah.
a part of theirs, and it becomes that relationship that builds our, the strength that we have at Village Television. So it's nice, and that you were able to experience that.
Well, there's so many clubs here. I mean, the 250, I'm sure I didn't interview them all, but what I did appreciate is their passion that they all have for what they do here. Often people will say a retirement community is where you go to just, probably die or not die or just don't live, right? But that is totally not
Right.
true. People come here to thrive and have a great time and really enjoy their lives, and it's been fun.
And that's why the motto here is where new adventures begin. Right?
Oh, yes,
And you'll
this
get
is
yes,
true.
I guess that's some of the,
And this is for you, a new adventure, and I have new adventures too. And
new adventures. But I'll say, in the short time I've been here, you're just the same person off the air as you are on. When you're talking to these folks, you really do enjoy all these people that come in here. You'll walk them out, you'll talk them all the way out the hallway, you're excited about it. So I know there's a genuineness to when the people come in and have met you and got to know you. So I think that's kind of the great part, like you said, is meeting the people here.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of people we've seen on TV, and then you meet them off camera, and they'll just walk right
Yes,
by you.
keep going.
They're gonna go have their smoke break somewhere. They don't want to talk to you, deal with you anymore. Yeah, and that's true. So, what's next for you? What will you be doing?
Well, I've born and raised and lived in California my whole life, so I hate to say this, but I am going to be moving. I'm going to be looking into Arizona. I don't know exactly which part yet. I'm still going to research that, but I've also started a travel business.
All right.
So I plan to travel more and help people find the most fabulous vacations, and also do a little TV.
Great.
So just a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So that's about it. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I came here with about 20 years of experience of doing TV and broadcasting. So it'll be tough to leave, but I will be happy not to wake up in the morning every morning and put on all this makeup and do my hair
Yeah.
and rotate my clothes, because I had to spend a lot of money on clothes.
Yeah.
So anyway, but thank you. It's been a wonderful time.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you. It's been a great experience with you, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for everybody. I don't want to start crying.
Yeah.
So.
Did you want to do the movies, or are we just going to say goodbye?
No, we're just going to
We're gonna
say
just-
goodbye, I guess,
Okay.
and because they said no movies.
No movies.
Sorry,
Yeah.
there are movies on Friday and Saturday. I just can't tell you what they are.
Yeah.
We'll have Michael do that tomorrow.
Right. So you'll be on your way to Arizona soon, and people
Yes.
can try and find you on Facebook or Instagram, and
Yeah.
you have plenty of things to do with your new experiences.
I do. I will keep very, very busy. So let me So thank you for the opportunity. It's been a load of fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here, and thanks for handing this over. And it's going to be a hard act to follow.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Because you know what? As you said yourself, you are also a genuine person, too. You haven't, like, stuck your nose over.
It's been all right, yeah.
Well, I like the fact that I've been here a long time in
Yeah.
Orange County for so long, so I know the community. So that's
Yeah.
the good part. I'm not asking a lot of questions about. So what is this place, and where is El Toro Road?
Yeah, really, no kidding. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you both for
Yeah.
everything that
Thank
you've
you.
done.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And this will be my last send-off to all of you in Laguna Woods Village. I appreciate you watching our program and sending all your wonderful emails and pictures and everything that you guys have done. So thank you very much, and I'm signing off. Bye-bye.